Hello everyone, Guamadness here, and today I will be talking about the top 5 things I love in Kingdom Come Deliverance. First thing I have to say is that I love that this leveling system, number 5, is progressive. By that I mean you level the skills as you use them. For an example, you can't wield an amazing sword right off the get-go because it requires a certain amount of strength or agility to use. This means you start off as a completely useless peasant that gets destroyed by pretty much every bandit that you come across in the wild, until you start using and training your skills and leveling up. That is the point when Henry becomes a more skilled fighter, and it's just so much more rewarding and thrilling as you advance and level up yourself. Like other games, when you level up, you become godly and overpowered, and common enemies aren't much a deal for you anymore. But here in Kingdom Come, with how the leveling system works, you get better, but you're still human, and you have to deal with everything realistically. Like, even if you're max level, you're still gonna have trouble with a whole bandit camp. You can't go in there and Rambo it. It's really hyper realistic. You're better, but you're not a god. You're still very, very killable. And that just makes this type of leveling system so much more unique and thrilling for anybody who witnesses it. Number 4 on this list will be character interaction. Within Kingdom Come, interactions with NPCs are hyper realistic. Every time you talk to a person, there's so many factors that go into dialogue, and with each dialogue that you go into, there is a relationship that is built with that NPC. And the clip I have right here is just me doing a favor for this Tanner. I'm going to take care of the brawlers by his house, and as a result, he's going to give me a discount at his shop, and I will have a better relationship with this merchant. This can be done with pretty much every other merchant in the game, and there's specific perks and advantages for knowing certain people, and things are just really realistic in that sense. But on top of that relationship mechanic, there is factors that include appearances, like how you appear and look to the NPC. This can be in the form of what type of armor you're wearing, how dirty your armor is, if you have blood on you. It is very realistic in that sense. Like if somebody sees that you're dirty, they're going to think less of you, and if you see that you're a shining knight in armor, you're going to be much more charismatic and approachable. It works both ways, and it's very, very in detail. Another thing that plays into character interaction is the reputation you have within the province. Like in each different town, you have a reputation for that town. And things you do and crimes you commit affect how your reputation is leveled in that town. So you do crime, your reputation goes down. Do favors and stop bad guys, reputation goes up. And you have a much better time or pleasant time in the town. Another thing that goes into character interactions is the skills that you have. This being your charisma, your strength, and your speech skill. And each different NPC has a different level, and if your level is higher than theirs, then you succeed. If it is lower or tied, you're probably going to fail that dialogue. And in Kingdom Come, you do not get a second chance. You're going to have to find a way around without that dialogue. And that's just amazing to me. Just like that single detail makes the game much harder and more realistic in my opinion. Compared to other games, you can't really do that. So on top of that, there's so many different characters that you have to keep in mind. Like how you treat other people, and what you do really matters in the world. If you are a thief, people are gonna know it for the most part. If you kill people, you're gonna be known as a murderer. You can go to jail for crimes that are seen committed, and your reputation goes down even further. And each person, an NPC, will take those factors into account. And to me, that is just so in detail and so complex that it's very attractive. Here, on number 3, we're going to discuss the environment. The environment in Kingdom Come is just amazing. Look at the graphical details. This is a sped up clip of me just roaming around the world. If you look at the detail, the trees, the roads, the buildings, everything there is in Kingdom Come, there is so much attention to detail, and it's all historically accurate for the most part. Like the development team brought in historians to make sure that this game was historically accurate. And if you look at it, like even the forests, places that you're probably not gonna be very often or very much in the game, there's so many details and different things and customizations. It's just visually stunning. On top of that, the color scheme is very vivid. In many other games, they keep it kind of plain. I don't know about you all, but in other games, there's not as many color differentiations. But Kingdom Come, I find, is very colorful, and it looks and feels like I am in Bohemia whenever I'm walking around here. Like I could actually see and feel like I'm riding this horse and going through the nighttime. And if you don't have this torch, you're pretty much running in the pitch black, and it's so realistic. And I feel and see like I'm there. It gets me so into the game, and I feel very immersed into the game. Number 2 on this list is realism. I say this because it feels so real. On top of all these relationships you have with people, you can buy, trade, sell things that you find, and haggle. Haggling is so beneficial to the player, and it's pretty realistic in the sense that you have items and you offer, and I just get really immersed into the game with how real it is. You have to eat and sleep, you get hungry, you get tired, and it's just amazing. Like if you look, there's perks and everything that could affect how your food and nourishment and energy are affected by other things, but it's just so realistic in that sense that you don't heal over time. You actually have to bandage yourself if you bleed. Just like little things like that. Like the game really makes it feel realistic. On top of everything that gets put into the game, it's just so real. I love the system that they have in place, and it makes me feel like I'm there, in a sense, and I'm Henry. I feel like I become Henry, and I need to eat and sleep and all of that for him. That's how realistic it is. And while you're sleeping, it's realistic once again because you get hungry as you sleep. That's just like how it works in real life. You're gonna get hungry, even after you sleep. Like you gotta find that balance between energy and nourishment, kind of thing. And you gotta be prepared and take into account how this affects your gameplay. Because you can't go into battle starving or really tired because you're gonna be at a disadvantage. I mean, sure, unrealistically you can go in there tired and hungry, but you're gonna get stat penalties and it's gonna be much harder for you. Like this game did an amazing job incorporating realism into the entire game as a whole. Like I feel that not too many people really take this into account and give the game enough credit as due. Now the last thing, and the number one thing on this list, is the combat system. In the combat system, there is a kind of rugged stealth system that's kind of beneficial, but it's kind of iffy, in my opinion. But other than the whole stealth mechanic, which I'll talk about in another video, like just like the combat and how the combat plays out is so intriguing and engaging. Like you can't hack and slash forever. You have to keep in mind your stamina and how many swings you can do. You gotta block, and you gotta think technically and strategically about everything that you're doing here. You can't run in there like a madman and expect to kill everything. Like you gotta be careful. If it's 1v5, your odds are against you. You're probably gonna die. But if you take it the more strategic route and take one out at a time and funnel them into an area like I do in this video, things are so much easier. And in real life, you can't possibly want to take on 5 people at a time and come out alive. But this game does an amazing job of that because, again, if it's 1v5, you're going to get wrecked. And that's what's going to happen in the game. Even if you're max level, fully decked out in gear, you're still probably going to die. Unless you are strategic and technical about what you're doing, and every strike, every swing, every block is going to affect you and your combat. Like if you saw me there, I ran out of stamina and they took advantage and really hurt me. I'm bleeding, but I have this perk called Berserk that really helps you out in a clinch. There are perks and everything that go into play and help you for combat. But the combat system as a whole is just amazing. Like you have 5 different directions or 6 different directions to strike. And you can feint strike and include combos, blocks, and dodges for every single one of those. That's just a one-on-one combat. Then if you put another person or more people in that, then it just becomes even more complex. Like you really have to think about it and take risks and be strategic. There is no running in there killing everything because I'm a god and they can't touch me and I got the best armor. And you can't heal yourself during combat, so you can actually bleed out during a fight if you don't kill them fast enough, kind of thing. It's just so hyper realistic. I feel like I gotta really pay attention and be engaged in every single time I fight, otherwise I'm gonna die. And a lot of times you will die if you're not careful. And this game, Kingdom Come, does an amazing job of that. In other games, it just does not really relate. On top of that, whenever you go into combat, like you have the saving system in this game, for an example, is so gonna screw you over. So you gotta think even harder, because did I save? Am I able to save? Not really. There are times when you're gonna be without a save point or without a snaps or something along those lines, and you gotta think, is it worth fighting this bandit or this bandit camp? Is it worth it? Can I take them on? Kind of thing. Like it again, this game just makes it so realistic. And this is not including all the weapon mechanics that they put into the game. I've already mentioned bleeding, but the maces and the axes, the 3 different types of damage, piercing, slashing, and blunt damage, and the types of armor and protection that you can get. And I mean, it's just so in-depth and intriguing and engaging, and it's just so amazing. This is my favorite game. I can't say enough for this, honestly. But that's about it I have for this video. If you guys liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for watching. If you have any more things that you love about Kingdom Come, leave it down in the comment section. I'll be sure to read them and to reply. Again, thank you. I'll be posting more videos later. I think next on my list is top 5 things that need to be improved in Kingdom Come. Anyways, Guamadness out. Thank you.